Good morning, good morning, good morning. How are we doing? So, the YouTube consistency continues. This will be the third week of a weekly episode. And to be honest, I've got so many ideas. Today, this episode has been born out of something I posted on Instagram. And it was all around this breakfast I had. Super high protein, relatively low calorie, very, very tasty, and I want to share that with you because a lot of people were asking for the recipe. So I today am going to take you with me on my day as I go about doing my things, and also focusing on the meals that I'm having. At the moment I'm trying to trim down a little bit, right? I put on a few kilos after Ramadan and Eid. So I want to just kind of trim up, get leaner, and by doing that, obviously, food is the most important thing. So you may get some tips or some tactics or these sorts of things that may help you in your own journey as well. So I'm looking forward to taking you on this day. But for now, good morning, Jeddah. So first things first for me, I've got to use protein as a base. So for me, I hate cooking in the morning. I like to be up and out, in a rush. And personally, cooking eggs and these sorts of breakfasts, not for me. I've been having literally the same breakfast since as long as I can remember, since I started in the gym, which was about 18 years ago. So I got this the other day because my usual protein was out. It is this Ghost whey protein. So simply just protein, but the exciting thing is Cinnabon. Okay, so it's tastes like dessert, basically. So for people who need that sweet treat in their life, a protein shake like this can be amazing. So what I do is I start with 2 scoops, which will be around 50 grams of protein. So right there, starting the day strong. And then we have a scoop of oats. So literally just 1 scoop. And then we've got to add the milk. Because I'm lactose intolerant, milk usually gives me horrendous sort of digestive issues. I choose lactose-free milk here. Now what we do is we whisk it up, we get it to a nice consistency in a nice place. And usually, with this, if I'm gaining or want to gain weight, I will literally just add more oats. So maybe instead of 1 scoop, I'll have 3. So that'll basically take it from 30 grams of carbohydrate to 90. And really, the best advice I can give you is your meals, whether you're gaining, maintaining, or cutting, should just vary in the quantities, right? Routine, simplicity is going to be your biggest friend when it comes to trying to reach a goal. Because if you're trying to just do random things each day, it's going to be really difficult to calculate that, to think around, okay, I did this yesterday, what am I going to do today? I need to have a different breakfast, but I'm going out. It's just chaos. So that, I think, is going to be one thing that you take from this video, which is just the routine structure of it all. You can still leave room for fun, but what do you want more? Do you want to get in shape? Or do you want to feel like you are enjoying life, enjoying food, but still not happy with your body? And this consistency is good. Now, one of the key things here with the microwave is the protein can get quite rubbery. So what you want to do is you want to stop it every now and again and just give it a stir. And that will make sure that around the edges it's not kind of sticking. So this is what we have at the moment. Not sure if you can see. So it's kind of this consistency here, right? So we'll put it back in the microwave and continue. I think another 10 seconds and we should be good. So usually I'll put it in between a minute to a minute and a half. After the minute mark, I'll put it in for 10 seconds or 20 seconds and then take it out and stir and then put it in again. And so as you can see now, we have this kind of more gloopier type consistency, right? So it's filling as well. But what we're going to do next is we are going to put in some Greek yogurt. This is my favorite Greek yogurt at the moment. So this has 12 grams of protein. Put this in. Then what we'll do is, because I'm kind of like out of granola, I usually put this kind of granola in, right? But because we're out of that, I'm going to have to put a biscuit in. Which biscuit do I want to put in? Nice biscuit. So we'll put this in, scrunch it up so it looks quite presentable. Some raspberries. We've got some blueberries. Frozen as well. They have to be frozen. It just adds for me a whole nother dimension to the meal. And then we've got, let's go two, what are these called? Blackberries, right? I'm finally using the exercise bike for once, and this is what we have. Not bad, right? And I'll put the calories like here so you can see exactly what's in it. Honestly, it's like you're eating dessert for breakfast, and because obviously there's a lot of it, it's quite like voluminous. So this will keep me full. What's the time now? It's like 7:30. This will keep me full until like 1, and then I start getting, hunger pangs coming in. Man, it's like, ooh, unbelievable, and so easy, nutritious. Obviously, you don't need the cookie. You can half the portion of Greek yogurt. You can use a different kind of milk. You can do all these things to kind of make it in line with what ultimately your goals are and what your weight is and how many calories you need and all this kind of stuff. But man, incredible. Like the cold frozen blueberries and stuff too. The crunch of the biscuits or granola. Like dieting doesn't need to be boring. You just need to get a little bit creative. But I would say, I put a little bit more time and effort into this meal because the meals during my day, sort of meal, like the second meal and the third meal, boring, super boring, but very practical. I'm now gonna be heading to a cafe because I hate working at home. I don't know, it just is something to do with the energy, there's no vibe, I get distracted, and all this kind of stuff. Always gotta take the stairs, always. There is no excuse. Do not take the lift. I'm on the 3rd floor, so, it's like an extra 150 steps. And if you do that enough during the day, you will obviously start hitting high number of steps, hitting your step targets, and just generally be moving more. The day begins dodging cats, whether dead or alive, dodging people coming down the wrong end of the road. Bit of like Mario Kart, basically, to start the day. Nothing gets the stress levels pumping, the cortisol rising like driving here. But Addy, it's fine. See what I mean? Like, what's happening here? Why are you in the middle? Ah, okay. Yes, no, it makes sense. How does that happen, honestly? Okay, I found my seat in my usual coffee shop. I'm having the first sip of coffee. Enjoy your day, Kamal. And I'm going to spend the next work block, I'm going to be going through my client check-ins. I want to share a couple of them with you because, I mean, quite frankly, they're amazing. So let me show you here. So these are all our client check-ins from this week. And one of the ones I want to sort of mention to you is we have Esra. This one here is amazing. What is your biggest win this week and why are you proud of it? I've completed the current level of workouts and ready for the new one. So she's going to be starting a new block tomorrow. She remembers the starting points of the workouts with low-level strength, and she's so impressed of the strength she has gained over the last 3 months of being consistent. I'm lifting weights I never thought I would handle. I feel stronger in walking and standing for a long time. Don't think about the results, enjoy the journey. Honestly, these sorts of realizations are amazing because what happens really is clients, they focus on the daily behaviors and the daily habits, right? Whether that is working out, whether that is their protein intake, whether that is getting to sleep on time, all these sorts of things, because these are the things that contribute to transformation, to contribute to fat loss, right? If you're focusing on the scale every single day, it's infuriating. So these sorts of things, focusing on the progress you're making in the gym, the strength, the confidence, these sorts of things, this is going to make you enjoy the journey, and the fat loss will come, guaranteed. Khalas, okay, that is the morning. That is 3.5 hours of a solid work session, getting through client check-ins, meeting with a team member, fed back on a video that I got created and produced, which is kind of detailing everything around the program, which you should be able to see soon. But khalas, I am tired. Usually, I would be going back home to grab something to eat, but I cannot, because I need to basically go and train now. So it's the only time I can squeeze in my training today, because really I am going to have a busy day. So I've got a sales call coming up. I also have a meeting with my business mentor, which should be fun, and then I have Arabic. I have my Arabic session this evening from 6 till 8. So I've literally got no time to train other than now. So I'm starving, but I picked up a coffee, a bit of caffeine to push me through. We've got a upper body session today. Kings Road, you are beautiful. At this time of day, when it's quiet, usually you're horrible. Wasalna, we have arrived, but Lalasif, there is nowhere to park. So, off we go for a little adventure to find some parking. Ooh, we have. Oh, you, sir, are an absolute dick. Who does this? Honestly, people who do this should literally be shot. Right, this will have to do. Budget, so budget. So we're finally in the gym, and this is my workout for today. I'm going to be working an upper body session, and I'll probably get into more detail around this when I share sort of programming ideas for you. But essentially, we've got 2 pull exercises. We then go into a bicep exercise, another bicep exercise, 2 tricep exercises, and then some shrugs. So it's a bit of a long session, to be honest, but today I'm doing between 2 to 3 sets per muscle group, and man, I'm pumped. Looking forward to it. Give you some context with my training at the moment. I have 3 upper body sessions and 2 lower body sessions. I try and run like twice a week. And next up we've got our second back exercise. So we've done like a vertical pull. Now we're going to do a horizontal pull. Now it is 2 exercises for biceps. Gotta give the biceps some love. If I was to ask you what weight you lifted the last time you did a squat or a dumbbell press, do you know what you got? Do you know the reps you got with that weight? If not, you have a problem. Every single workout, every exercise I do, I track the weight and I track the reps. Because what you measure, you can manage. You know if you're making progress. You know if you are improving. Because if you are not measuring your progress, if you're not tracking your progress, you are leaving it up to chance. You have no idea if you're improving. So if there's one thing you take away from this, next time you're training, make sure you track your weight.
push a little bit more, aim for more reps, aim for more weight, whatever it is, because that is going to be the clear sign that you're making progress in the gym. So the last three exercises, I have tricep dips, I have rope overhead tricep extensions, and then I've got some dumbbell shrugs. So I'm not going to record these because it's going to be way too boring for you. Okay, that's a session in 49 minutes. Absolutely smashed it today, so very happy with how I gone. Okay, ordinarily I would finish the gym session with about 15, 20, 30 minutes of steps, depending on the time I have available, but today I cannot, so I'm gonna have to catch up on these later. And for now, I'm grabbing some food just outside the gym at this place called Fitness Kitchen, Fit House, something like that. And very simple, very boring, but it does the job.
السلام عليكم. 250 دجاج مشوي و 150 mashed potato.
First things first, the car is far too hot. Man, when you park in the sun, horrible. But I want to show you my second meal of the day. This is literally purely function, right? We've got 250 grams of chicken, we've got 150 grams of mash. I know there's no veg, but I do make up for this later on. So I'm going to have to do something that I don't recommend and basically fuel, eat, and drive home, because I have this 2 o'clock call with a lady called Samar, and she's interested in the program. So this is about me understanding, you know, what she, in case this falls over, what she wants to achieve, where she's at, her goals, her struggles, her challenges, and what her schedule is like. Because only then can we create a program that is going to obviously fit her lifestyle and not overwhelm it. So I love these opportunities, I love these calls, because it really just allows people to see what is possible, what they can do, what they need to work on, what they can achieve, which is amazing. Let's eat and drive. While I'm stuck in traffic at the lights, I thought I'd turn this into a bit of a coaching point, right? This is not fun. This is not enjoyable. It's not, well, it's okay in terms of taste, a bit bland for sure. Could probably do with some pepper or something like that. But this is one of the things I want to kind of mention to you, or get across to you, is, you know, in order to achieve your goal, you have to do things which you don't necessarily want to do, right? Yes, we want to all eat, you know, tasty food 24/7. But if that tasty food is the thing that has got you to being overweight and fat, then there's the problem, right? Something needs to change. There's got to be some level of doing something which is not as tasty, not as easy, not as sort of comfortable, right? So with this food, it's not about, you can never enjoy something high calorie, burgers, pizza, whatever. It's about choosing specific occasions when you can have that, right? So this is why things like free meals are important, right? Because if you have a family gathering, or it's your birthday, or a friend's birthday, or a partner's birthday, whatever, if you've got something, an occasion in the week where you want to just enjoy the food, go crazy, have fun, indulge, whatever, absolutely go for it. But that cannot be an everyday thing. That cannot be a everyday 3 times a day kind of thing. You need some boring in your life. You have to. If you want to reach a goal, you have to embrace some of the tediousness, the blandness, the boredom, because it's going to get you results. And trust me, those results you're going to be so happy about, because the other option is basically doing things as you are, enjoying everything all the time, at every occasion, but not being happy in your body or your progress or the level of body fat you have or whatever. So before the lights turn green, the thing I want you to appreciate is there needs to be some element of routine, of kind of just plainness, of like non-excitement. Okay, we are back in my humble abode. I'm pumped, I'm ready to have this call. And so, my laptop's about to die. There we go. Hello, good afternoon.
Okay, there I am.
Now we can sort of get into all things Samar.
You are my last resort. I'm the last resort.
Yes.
You don't know how many times I've actually heard that. It sounds like you probably have tried a lot of things, have you?
I have a few.
One or two things, right?
A lot.
A few, okay. All right, she is in, which is amazing because clients like that or potential clients like that, I find, she said I was a sort of last resort. She has been slamming the cardio, 2-3 hours a day. She's been eating this much and she's overwhelmed, right? She can't stick to it. She has lost a load of weight but has regained it because it's unsustainable. The big thing here is to increase her understanding of how to do things sustainably, right? Because consistency is going to be the thing that delivers ongoing, predictable, sustainable results long into the future, and it will also have you much more likely be able to maintain the results for years to come. For me, I want to be the last coach anyone needs because I want to upskill them, have them understand the tactics and the things to do to achieve things, and also just to be able to build habits and behaviors and this new identity that allows them just to be the type of person who has a healthy, active lifestyle, who moves more, who chooses better, who has a sort of a weight that they're happy with, a body that they're happy and proud of, and then to enjoy everything that life has to offer, not worrying about, oh, I hate how my body looks in these clothes. I don't want to go to the beach. I have to kind of constantly wear an abaya because, that's the only way I feel comfortable, or, these sorts of things. So we are locked in. I cannot wait for her to get started and really start making better decisions for herself, building her own understanding and seeing some amazing progress. I feel really good about Samara. I think she's going to absolutely smash it. And now I've got an hour's meeting with my coach, with my mentor, and he's a guy who has been in fitness for like 25, 30 years and has been through it all. And so I'm a massive believer that you need to upskill your knowledge. You need to seek out information from people who have done things before, who are experts in their field, to basically get better at your craft. So I've got an hour's meeting now. I'm 2 minutes late. Put the password in and into the meeting we go. Hello, Mark. How are you?
Well, this feels like a while.
I know. I feel like I should be sat in that chair next to you.
I think you've had like an extended eve. I know you would have been like me over the years because I don't like to just put myself as like a business mentor. I feel that when I'm helping people entrepreneurially, there's two sides. There's the involvement of the person I'm working with that's always massively important to me. The involvement of that person, right? That's actually all to do with identity. It's like, am I helping this person sit into the role that I actually know they need to be?
Mm.
Because businesses break, much like bodies. If you do an aggressive 8-week cut, and then as soon as you fucking finish it, you eat 10 cakes. And then you're straight back to zero. So everything I'm trying to help you with is compete sustain this.
Okay, second cool down. That was an hour and a half. And man, after these calls, after these like mentorship calls, my brain is fried. Good thing I've got Arabic in an hour and a half's time. One of the biggest things I find is like when we're chasing a goal, like we can get so kind of like boxed in and we can ruminate on it, we can overthink, we can really just like totally get overwhelmed. And every time I have a call with my mentor here, Mark, it's just like blue sky thinking, possibilities, where I can go, what I can do, what I need to focus on, and just having someone to talk to, someone to share the challenges, share the problems with, is incredible. Honestly, incredible. You can ask the same questions to ChatGPT, put them into Google, watch YouTube videos, but to have that back and forth with someone who's been doing this for decades and is an expert in it, honestly, just gives me like this new lease on life to sort of just finish the call and just go and do what I need to do. So yeah, I need to like decompress for a minute. So it's time for my next meal, which I'm going to Hunger Station 4. And this one is equally as exciting as the last one. I go to Fitness Empire Kitchen. It's literally just around the corner, so it takes, I don't know, 15 minutes to get here. I order 150 grams of carbohydrate. I want them to heat the meal, 250 grams of chicken, and that is it. As exciting as anything, as I told you. For now, it's just about getting the food in, hitting the protein targets, and getting on with whatever else I need to do in the day. Assalamu alaikum.
السلام عليكم.
أنت برا؟
إيه برا عند الدار مسكر.
تمام. دوق رقم 9. دوق جاري رقم 9.
I did tell you I would catch up on my vegetables, so I've cut some veg out of the fridge, and we have boring meal number 2, practical but boring meal, where it is literally just 250 grams of chicken and 150 grams of rice. I'm gonna take like 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes if I'm generous to myself, to just enjoy a little bit of TV. And then I'm gonna finish off a few things before then going into Arabic class. I've got my teacher, I'm logged in here. Wa alaikum salam. كله تمام بخير.
طيب.
وأنت؟
الحمد لله بخير.
أنا مرة حزين بدون أرطور.
أنت حزين؟
أيوة بس مبسوط عشان أشوف سباستيان.
ما شاء الله. The best student ever, Bastian.
مو أنا؟
أنت أكيد.
أنا كمان. كلنا.
أي أكيد. أكيد كلكم. رقم 1 أرتر.
تمام.
بس عادي إذا أرتر مو موجود نصير الباقيين عرفت؟ والله كفو. الحين تشوف صح؟
ممتاز أيوة.
أشتري شيء هذا.
We're an hour and 13 minutes in. 45 minutes to go.
مجالات. بيتر أنا جاي الحين. No cheating. لا تغش. لا أحد يعلمنا يا شباب في اللايف. الصبر مفتاح الفرج. أشوفك على خير. ممتاز. الحين ولا بعدين؟ ممتاز. الحين برضو ما في همزة.
بدون همزة تمام.
بدون همزة. ممتاز. 10 من 10 يا بيتر.
Alright, that's the class done. What's the time now? 8 o'clock. I did promise steps, didn't I? I've only done 3,500 steps today. That's because of meetings, sat down, calls, etc. And so I think this is calling. I think I need a Netflix and a cycle. So I'm thinking like half an hour, maybe 45 minutes, and then to have dinner. So onwards we go. So I don't quite know what I'm gonna do yet. 30 minutes, 45 minutes, I'll see kind of how I feel. It's a nice like steady state thing, so I'm not like pushing it, but I know I haven't moved much today, so I want to make sure I get something in. Also looking for something to watch. Not quite sure what that is. That is 46 minutes and I've been cruising in zone 2, hitting a little bit of zone 3 at the moment. I'm watching a show on Netflix. So I feel fantastic for getting that done after being sat down all day, not really doing much other than my gym session. So whether it's walking outside, walking on the treadmill after I train, or here on the bike, something is always needed. And now the final meal of the day. I've just put in some garlic
Everything tastes better with garlic. I'm gonna do 4 like mini chicken breasts. So this is probably gonna be, let's say 25 grams each. 25. Man, after cycling, ما عندي مخ. So this is gonna be probably like 80, 90, 100 grams of protein. Getting it all like a big meal at the end of the day so I don't go to bed hungry. I pack it with veg as well, and it just makes me sort of sleep with a full belly, because at this time usually is when there's cravings, when you're wanting something sweet. So I find if you have like a big meal, you just really are satiated, right? Your body's fueled, your body is nourished, your body doesn't need anything more. And when it comes to taste, this meal has to taste good as well. So I've got this chicken seasoning. Honestly, like, amazing. If you put it on, I also put some Italian seasoning on as well. And really just gives it actually some flavor. As you can see, the other 2 meals in a day were pretty like flavorless. So it's always good to enjoy something a little more. So now I have the veg. No, khalas, tell me that does not look good. I'm also gonna have these 2 wraps with it, which to be honest probably comes to like, I don't know what that comes to, like 40 grams of carbohydrate. So not a lot, but it is 9:26, so I need to chill, I need to unwind. I'm gonna have like an hour and a half before I go to bed. And I think the thing I want you to take away from today is movement matters. Right, you have to move more in your day, especially if you are looking for fat loss. You've got to move, you've got to strength train, and you've got to control your portions. Keep protein high, but you need to reduce the amount of extras, the amount of sweets, the amount of juices, soft drinks, these sorts of things coming in, and you've got to be controlled. And one of the biggest ways I find it most easy to be controlled is to have structure, is to have routine. And so I can enjoy, something like that in the morning, right? It looked good, right? It looked like a dessert. I can enjoy something like this, which is, tasty. But the meals during the day, when I'm out and about or need to kind of rush, I can't settle on something from a cafe. I can't settle on something which is going to be sort of higher calorie, because it's just going to, boost me over. No matter how hungry I am, no matter how much my cravings are there, I know that I want to achieve this thing. And so it's important for me to have my actions and my behaviors reflect what I want. Because if I go around eating shit, like a burger for lunch, a burger for dinner, like how do I expect to lose weight? Mr. Heal, impossible. So you have to start tweaking things, changing things, and really like identifying those times where you can enjoy, have the free meal once a week where you can go out, eat whatever you want. But when it's kind of routine, during the weekdays, like get that structure in. That structure is going to be the thing that helps you most. So I hope this was insightful. I hope it was interesting. I love doing it, so I'm going to be doing more of these. And if there's anything you want me to kind of get into more, whether that's particular training things or nutrition things or anything, let me know, because yeah, I'm here to help. And as I think you can see, like I live this, I enjoy it, and I want you to as well. So remember, subscribe, like, share, all of that kind of jazz, and I'll see you on the next one.